This is going to be an incredible episode of Rate the Date. This is episode 2 of season 5, baby. We're rocking and rolling, and I know it's almost here. Episode 15 of this, Dorian is actually going to be the Bachelor. It's probably the most sought after episode, if I do say so myself. I've been wanting to get back into, the dating game, but I felt like season 5 is the perfect time. All right, so let me just welcome you guys back over to the show. We appreciate having you today. Can I get a welcome back? And also give yourself a round of applause for hanging in there for me 5 seasons. You guys are the most loyal fan base a man could ask for. Okay, let's get to some news also because we didn't mention it last stream, but we got to get to it this stream. We have the 5 top streamers that gifted, or the 5 top gifters from the last episode. So at the number one spot, we have Mandykins at the number one spot. Big round of applause to Mandykins. Number 2 spot, we had Tom. Congratulations, Tom. Somebody who's new to the stream, we got Chaka coming in at number 3. At number 4, we have Truth, who was the um, the assistant on our last episode. And at the number 5 spot, we had Beard Raider. So if we could just give a round of applause to all of our gifters, and actually the top gifter from the last stream is going to be featured. You see it here, the official Rate the Date name tag. We didn't have that rocking and rolling last time, but you best believe Mannequins uh, definitely made it this time. So let me get you right dead in center where you belong. And thank you for everybody that's tuning in. I see all of you guys, but it's kind of hard to run the number one dating show and also um, Mandic. I spelled it wrong. Sorry, little Dorian. Mandickins, right there. Boom. You're officially on the official Rate the Date name tag. So sit tight. But that's not the only time you guys can make the official Rate the Date name tag, because midway into the show, the top gifter is going to be featured right there. And like I said, you guys are going to be gifting throughout the show, and I appreciate it. All the money goes back into the show. But my admins, you see them there, the people in red, the ones that are supposed to have the DNA on their name, they are going to be talking to y'all throughout the show, giving y'all all the love and all the support. And any questions that y'all have, or any questions that y'all want featured on the show, they're going to be handling all of that. So give it up to my lovely admins. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the show. This is how it works. I'm going to have an awesome bachelor come in here. Diesel, can you request a box? Let's get him in here. We got Diesel that's going to come in here. We're going to get to know him a little bit. We have 3 contestants that are also going to be competing to win Diesel over. And then after that, after a couple of round of questions that he came up with, unfortunately, he's going to have to eliminate one. But that's okay, because even the eliminated contestants go into a group chat. If they don't call me Dory, anybody deserves a date for no reason. After that, we go into round number 2, where we'll double up the questions, and then Diesel will make his pick. Him and that person will get to know each other off of the stream, into the book of face, the snap of all chats, the gram of all instas, whatever the kids are calling it these days. And they'll tune back in next week and give us a bit of an update. So without a further ado, let's get Diesel into the box. Whoa, looking a little big there, huh, Diesel?
What's going on, Chief? Yeah.
I like the cowboy hat. It definitely matches the flyer that I made for you. All right, Diesel. So
Indeed,
I have some.
indeed.
All right, Dees. You were one of the contestants on the last episode. Unfortunately, you weren't picked, but I think a lot of people had you actually win in that episode. So we thought we'd bring you back over at another dose of Rate the Date to see if you can hit it off better as a bachelor yourself. Diesel, I got some random facts about you. Let me know if these things are true. It says here, he is a veteran who served 4 years in the Army branch of the military. So thank you for your service. Just first and
Appreciate
foremost,
it.
tell us a little bit about that. How was that experience for you?
Experience was good. I went to basic training at Fort Benning, Georgia. Then I went to AIT at Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio, Texas. Then I was stationed at the Bamsey Medical Hospital, where I served my term.
Well, as you see it here, ladies, the man definitely knows how to protect and serve, and we appreciate him. We're always big supporter of the military over here on Rate the Date. And it says in number two, while we get into Diesel, if I could have the rest of my contestants, I think we're waiting on Bunny and Nadine. All right, so it says at the number two, fact about you, he is a lover of all things to do with sports. What type of sports you into,
Facts.
Diesel? Goes right along with that masculinity that you're giving
Hey,
us today.
basketball, football, track, anything that deals that's competitive, I'm all for it.
Speaking of that competitive edge, are you always competitive though? If will you let these ladies win? Let's say if you're playing a game of pool or something.
I let him win the first game.
All right, just like Michael Jordan himself, sometimes he's competitive nature. It's just hard to break. All right, then it says here he is a single dad who is very family oriented. So these ladies, if they're not okay with the family dynamics, then is it fair to say they're not going to be the lady that's going to catch your eye?
Facts.
Awesome. So all I have to ask for you, Diesel, are you ready to meet your contestants?
Let's get him in here, Cam.
Booyah. All right. So we have here, we got Brit. We're going to add Brit over. We're going to add Miss Bunny over. And then we are going to add the lovely Nadine. How you doing, ladies?
Good. How are you?
I am
Good.
doing fantastic. I think Diesel's ready to rock and roll. And so I got some random facts about you guys. So well, let's start off with Brit. Brit, it says here on my random facts, it says that she is a hardworking elementary school teacher. How is it like with teaching kids? How long have you been doing it?
It's hard. It's not the easiest job in the world. I wish it was a lot easier. But I love what I do, and I've been doing it for about 4 years now. This will be my fifth year going into the school year. So, yeah.
So okay, already finding some commonalities. Diesel, you have kids. She's used to teaching them. So if that makes for any type of incentive. All right, and the number two fact about you, I think we have a time for another fact about you. It says she's been on 7 cruises in her entire life. You got the cruise control on deck. What are some of the cool places you've been to?
Cozumel, Costa Maya. I've been to San Juan, Puerto Rico a few times. I absolutely love it. So, I just love cruising.
Awesome. Maybe some ideas for a future date if you're the chosen one. Okay, moving it right along over here to Miss Bunny, smack dab in the middle. Miss Bunny, it says here she is a mother of not one, not two, but 3 kiddos. So a bit of a Brady Bunch if you're chosen today. How is it like? Are you done? Is it a done deal? Three and done,
Oh,
or
I'm done. I'm done. Yeah,
well, it's good to
I'm
find some
done.
commonalities. He has kids, you have kids, so at least y'all are able to have that in common. Number two fact about you, it says she has heterochromia, which means she has two different colored eyes. You're in the purple. It kind of evens out. Can you give us a look at that?
Yeah, this one's brown with a blue underneath, and then this one's like a light blue.
Whoa, well, that's something
Interesting.
different, something you don't see every day. Hey, and yeah, it's kind of mix it up a little bit. Maybe if he gets tired, he'll hang out on your right side and then switch it up a little bit, hang out on your left side. All right, moving right over. Last but not least, we have the lovely Nadine. Nadine, is that how you pronounce your name? Correct?
It's pronounced Nadine, like a nut, like Nadine.
No,
I did.
duh. All right. It says here, Nadine, she loves to work on cars. So this is not your average girly girl. How long have you been kind of getting your hands dirty? No pun intended.
We've been getting our hands dirty. Well, I guess technically since I was 8, but we did start out by holding the flashlight and getting yelled at.
Whoa. Okay. You trial by
I
error
just
sometimes.
yeah, I just rebuilt a 2002 Ford Ranger, and it's a standard transmission.
Well, that is incredible. Okay, and here is another interesting fact about you. A little random. She says she can fold her tongue in the style of a hamburger. We got it. We got to see this. You got to show us what's going
Okay.
on here. Whoa! Well, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That is
Hmm.
awesome. And You never know when that's gonna come in handy, right? All right. Anyways, I hate my life. All right. So, Diesel,
Mm,
I asked you to come up with some questions for the young ladies. How about we start off with Britt being contestant number one? We have Bunny being contestant number two, and then we'll have Nadine being contestant number three. Sounds good to you?
okay, that sounds good to me.
Okay. So, without further ado, let's get into those questions. So, starting off, what question do you have lined up for the lovely Britt?
All right, Britt. So what do you prioritize more in your life, a relationship or your career?
Oh, that's a good question.
Um, so I've been doing my career for a while. So I used to be very into it. I still am into it, but I've decided that like I used to stay after hours and it just became like a point where I wasn't happy. And so I realized that I am going to start leaving at my contracted hours, which is usually like 3 or 4, and I'm done. That's like that is a priority to me, but it's not over my family anymore. I've just had to realize that I shut that sucker off at 4 o'clock and I'm not doing any schoolwork the rest of the night. I need to focus on myself. So I would definitely
Well,
say family.
yeah, the things that we learn as we progress in life, definitely, I can definitely empathize with that. All right, moving it over to our favorite bunny rabbit, Miss Bunny. What question you have lined up for contestant number two?
All right, Miss Bunny. What words of advice would you offer to your younger self?
My younger self, to fall in love with yourself first.
Mm,
Facts.
what do you think about that answer, Owen Wilson?
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty what I said. All right, moving
That's
it
pretty
right
strong.
along over to Miss Nadine. What question do you have lined up for contestant number three?
All right, Miss Nadine. In life, what makes you jealous?
What makes
Hmm.
me jealous? Um, honestly, nothing. I don't. I'm not really the jealous type. I don't find envy or jealousy in my bones. When I was younger, yeah, I'd be jealous of all these people in these happy ass relationships getting all these cute weddings. Excuse my language.
It's okay.
Uh, but ultimately, I'm not really a jealous person. I kind of just chill on it, go wherever the wind blows me, and I just do whatever makes me happy.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
yeah. Myself, I'm not a jealous person either. So some people think that's abnormal, but I'm not jealous until I know you're trying to make me jealous, and then it's not jealousy; it's an issue. But enough about me. Back over to contestant number one. What do we have lined up for the lovely Brit?
All right, Miss Britt. So, besides your teaching skills, what else makes you unique?
I would have to say my willingness to be spontaneous. Because like I am a person where like 4th of July, I'm going to New York for the first time. I booked my ticket, don't know where I'm staying, don't know what we're doing, but we're going to see the fireworks shows. I don't know. So I'm at the point of in my life where I'm fine with being spontaneous, and I would say that's something that's unique about me because I used to be a very big planner, and then I guess I hit my 25-ish age, and I just that went out the window. So I would say that's
Yeah,
something that makes me unique.
and Diesel, I think that
Okay.
goes right in line with your adrenaline seeking ways. So definitely keep that up,
Indeed.
man. All right, moving it right over to Miss Bunny. What do you have lined up for contestant number two?
Miss Bunny, what is your biggest boundary that you have in relationships?
Biggest boundaries. I don't like being lied to. I'm not on the lying games. You don't lie to me, I won't lie to you. That's a big thing for me.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
the honesty is definitely something that I think most people appreciate. So, this is definitely a loyal, hopeful bunny rabbit you got there. All right, moving it right over to Nadine. What question do you have lined up for Nadine?
What's the one thing in life that you can't live without?
Oh, um, I would have to say Folgers Black Silk Coffee.
Ooh,
I gotta have my
Okay.
Folgers. I don't do creamer, sugar, just black coffee.
The
Okay.
best part of waking up is Folgers in your
Folgers in your
cup.
cup.
Hey now. All right, and I just wanted to add the ladies, they are looking definitely very beautiful today. I just want to let y'all know y'all looking great. Thank you for putting y'all's best face forward. And Bunny Rabbit doesn't really need to because she has the two colored eyes. She's a mutant. So yeah, definitely has that going on for her.
Mm.
Thank you so much. I appreciate for the gifts. Like I said, guys, y'all have 10 more minutes to make the official rate the date name tag. And we have mannequins that looks like she's going two straight episodes in a row. If you guys can't beat her, y'all still have time at the end of the episode. So I appreciate all the gifts. Thank you very much. All right, moving it back over to Britt's third question of the first round. What do you got lined up for her, Dees?
Let's see. Britt, what does your ideal partner look like?
I don't have a specific look that I'm going for, but I would have to say like someone that is willing to be patient and someone that's willing to be understanding. Because there's times where doubt myself a lot and I come home with like extra baggage that I shouldn't. But it's more of just like baggage that I have a very tough job. It's not easy being a teacher sometimes. And I taught during COVID, and that's done a number on these kids. And so a lot of my kids have a lot of extra baggage that they put on me, and I need a guy that's going to be understanding that I might not be the happiest Brit every day, but I'm going to do my best. So I'm going to need an
Okay.
understanding man.
So moving away from
Okay.
looks, it's more like somebody who's going to be patient with you and understand, some things about you. That makes sense. All right. What about Bunny? What question do you have lined up for her, Dees?
Who do you go to for relationship advice?
Um, I used to go to my mom until I realized she was really biased about things. Now I go to my best friend about it, like, hey, am I overreacting, or is this really how it is?
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's you go to sometimes your family, but sometimes they can use it against you. So you kind of
Yeah.
have to uh understand that you got some Miranda rights sometimes that you can lean into. All right, what about for Nadine? What question you have lined up for her?
So speaking more in depth about everything, what are you most passionate about in life?
Um, honestly, I most passionate about living. Honestly, just being happy and doing my best to be a kind person and to fill the world with life because there's so much hate in the world and there's so much diversity and anger and unresolved issues. My passion is just thanking people for existing because it's not easy for everybody to just get up and face another day.
Well, that's a nice way
Okay.
of breaking it down, especially on an app that has so much toxicity.
Facts.
Definitely, I empathize. Gary, what do you think of that answer?
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree with you,
That was
Gary.
a good
All right.
answer.
Moving back over into the last questions, Diesel. So definitely make these questions count. So going to Britt for her last question of the first round. What you have lined up for her?
Hmm. What do you consider your greatest weakness?
Junk food. I'm just joking.
She's like a fourth grader named Corey. No, just joking.
Heck no.
Golly.
Heck no. Heck to the no. I would say my biggest weakness is like a man with a beard. That is like that is my weakness. Like I'm sorry, you baby face babies, you ain't it. All right, I'm sorry. I've been around too many men with beards.
Well, that's
I
a
gotta
good
have
way
it.
of definitely pandering to our bachelor, and I'm sure he'll take it.
I,
I think I was texting him why he was getting. I think I was texting him why he was getting his beard furniture lined up. So definitely,
Yeah, I had to get that lined up real quick.
it looks good, by the way, Dees. All right, moving over to the last question for Little Bunny Fufu. What do you have lined up for her?
What is the best thing about your life at this very moment?
How happy and healthy my kids are, honestly. And my career, my job's good.
Well,
Everything's good.
that's super sweet. I
Everything.
appreciate that. Kids, what do y'all think? All right, moving it over to Nadine for the last question of the first round. What question do you have lined up? Getting a little thirsty there, huh, Nadine?
What is an aspect of dating that you hate the most?
Oh, the rushing into things. The like claiming before you get to know somebody, and it's like you're mine, and then you get to know them, and it just goes completely out of whack. The
Well, she
rushing
had that.
about it.
Yeah, she
Oh.
definitely had that one lined up, and I think you ladies are definitely getting better and better as the show progresses. So I'm very interested on who is going to be moving into round number two. Before we get into round number two, we have to let people know what they're watching. This is Rate the Date. I'm your lovely host Dorian Gray. We got our handsome bachelor Diesel over here, and then we have the three contestants that we got from on today's episode that are also very lovely. After this round, unfortunately, this round he's gonna have to eliminate somebody, and then we go into round number two. Well, we'll double up the questions, and then he's gonna make his final pick. They will sail off into the sea, off of the streamiverse, and get to know each other a little bit. And they'll tune back in next Friday at 11 p.m. and give us an update. Speaking of updates, on our last episode, we had Yoli. She picked Half Blood Prince. You guys don't want to move anywhere. We're going to be hearing from her at the end of this episode, and she's going to let us know how things been going. So fingers crossed. Hopefully it worked out. All right. But Diesel, you have a tough decision. We you can't keep them both. You can't keep all three. Somebody has to be eliminated. This is not the thruple episode. And so unfortunately, somebody has to go. But ladies, give it up for yourselves. You did a great job. Can I get a round of applause for the ladies?
Yes, yes.
And to our awesome bachelor. Appreciate it. And give it up for yourself too. Okay. So rather than picking the person that you want to eliminate, how about we pick the person that you want to keep first, moving into round number two, and give us a little bit of insight on what you how you came to this decision. So Diesel, who is going to be the first person that we're going to keep moving into round number two? Can I get a drum roll?
Well, the first person that's moving on to round number two definitely has a great sense of humor and answered the questions pretty quickly. I'm gonna have to go with Britt on that one.
Congratulations, Britt. You move into round number two. Okay, now here's where things get a little bit more difficult. We have Bunny
Mm.
and we have the lovely Nadine, who is going to be the second person that is going to be moving into round number two. Can I get another drum roll, please?
All right, and the second person that's going in the round number two mentioned a great story about life within itself and having the appreciation. So I have to go with Nadine on that one to go
Nadine,
to round number two.
congratulations. Um, and why not Diesel? Is it just because you connected with the other ladies? I mean, why not Bunny Diesel? Is it just you connected with them a little bit more, or maybe it's just
Yeah,
something?
well, it's not just the connection about it, but I was listening to like the whole temperament and the vibes of how they were answering the questions, and it was more uppity and I'm full of energy. So making sure, I got somebody that can really vibe out with me on that was my kind of go-to on that one. But
Yeah,
she
I
had great
am.
answers.
Yeah, I am more shy. I am more of an introvert. So,
Like
yeah.
bunny rabbits are. But unfortunately, you have to hop out of this episode. But hopefully, you can jump back into another one, and maybe we can try to match you up again if you would have us.
I'll
Yeah,
put you
I'd
down,
love that.
lady. She's already asked me if she can be a bachelorette, so I'm gonna put her down in a future episode.
Hey, you're just supposed to sit down and be an awesome contestant. No work on this episode. But thank you so much, Bunny. I appreciate it. You had fun.
For having me.
Yeah, of course. All right, and then there were two. Okay, all right, how about we mix things up? Nadine was the last contestant. How about we have her be the first contestant on this one? And congratulations, by the way, on the gift. Let me just turn those gifts
Hey,
to
thank you,
here we
Amber.
go. All right, how about we have Nadine be contestant number one and we'll have Britt be contestant number two. But before we get into their questions, how about we switch things up a little bit and we'll have the ladies ask you a question? Maybe a relationship deal breaker they want to paw at, maybe just something they want to get to know about better, about something that what they would look for in a relationship. So starting off with Nadine, what question do you have lined up for the lovely Diesel?
Um, what would you like to do on a first
What would I like to do on a first date? Well, I'm a true country boy at heart, so hitting the backwoods, bonfires, things like that is always definitely a go-to for me. You know what I mean? But I like the kind of old-fashioned kind of movie and dinner thing first, but always end everything with a big shebang. So the woods, bonfire, mud, and definitely going. That's how I like to end that.
date?
Why,
Activeness.
yeah, while he was saying that, I just wanted to listen to my favorite country music or something. He's just kind of
Mm.
bringing that cowboy sense to the
Like, let
table
me put on
today.
my camouflage and let's go.
Hey
Let's
now.
go. I got
Okay,
plenty.
chemistry is heating up, definitely moving into round number two. What about you, Britt? What question do you have lined up for Diesel?
Um, I would have to ask, what is something that makes you different than every other guy?
My
That's a good question.
personality.
What
Okay,
about your personality?
what about your distinct personality makes you different from the other people?
So definitely in today's society, there's a lot of people who don't really come at you with full force. And I'm not the type to just tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you the truth rather than what you want to hear.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so upfront, direct, and honest. That's kind of been the tempo of the rate the date. The big three: the loyalty, the communication, and just honesty. That's always what people are looking for. Okay, bringing it
Mhm.
into Nadine's first question. What question do you have lined up for her, Dees?
All right, back on y'all's questions. Um, are you happy with the person that you've become or not? And if not, what is one thing that you would change to make it better?
Well, I am super happy with the person I've become, and things that I can still do to make my life better are changing habits. Like, instead of when I'm just sitting here at the house bored and eating out of boredom, I could do something a little more productive, go on a walk. There's days I'm recovering from surgery right now. So I've kind of just been like eating a little bit more than I usually do and not running as much. Uh, More of a distract. I like to eat out of boredom and sadness. So I guess that's something that I could do better in changing my habits. But overall, I'm a pretty peaceful person. I really love who I've become. I'm not an angsty teenager anymore.
Okay.
Well, I appreciate the open honesty, and I hope you have a speedy recovery, and hopefully I'm able to distract you with the show today. So that's not something that has to be on your mind. With that, moving back over to contestant number two,
I
what
love
do you
my
have lined up
people.
for Britt?
Are there any life lessons that you wish you known earlier?
To not be quick to judge. I wish I would have known that very soon because in my younger, which isn't like long ago, but when I was really young, I used to judge very random, like very quick. And I realized real quick that you can't judge a book by its cover, that people have bad days and everyone's a human. And that no matter what they come through or what they have going on in their life, they are a human and they deserve to see some kind of kindness in their day. And it took me, I think it made me a better teacher when I finally realized that. And going through college, I finally just stopped being so judgy because, I mean, when you're younger, you judge everybody because that's just like the in crowd thing. So I wish I would have learned to be less quick to judge.
Well, that is awesome. Yeah, Mr. Dorian, he gets judged all the time for his physical appearance, and they can't see the beauty behind the looks in the suit and what I like to do. But enough about me. I hate my life. Okay, going back over to contestant number one. But before we get to contestant number one, I told y'all at the midway point we were going to switch it up, and the top gifter was going to be featured on the official Rate the Date name tag. But unfortunately, she didn't leave me to do much work because the top gifter is still Mandikins. Yeah, so she gets to stay there. But this is not your only time that you can make the official Rate the Date name tag, because at the end of the show, the top gifter was Mannequins last time, and they are featured on the official Rate the Date Instagram account. So you guys will be able to see there, and everything that is Rate the Date, you'll be able to see on there. But big props over to Mannequins for making it 2 consecutive times. Big shout out to you, sweetheart. We see you in the chat. Much love. Okay, before we get back into the questions, also, I gotta let y'all know what the heck y'all are watching, because I see a bunch of people requesting the chat like, "This is an awesome box party. How do I get in?" Okay, you're watching Rate the Date, and I'm suited up because I'm hosting the number one dating show on the app. Yeah, I said it. Tell word to your mother. And we got Diesel on the app as our bachelor. We have the two contestants that made it into round number two. And after a couple more questions, he's going to make his pick. Him and that person are going to just get to know each other a little bit more on or off the app, or even both. And they're going to tune back in next Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time and give us an update. Speaking of updates, we had Yoli on our last episode. She picked the Half Blood Prince. We're going to see how they've been doing after this episode. All right, back to you, Diesel. We're with Nadine, contestant number one. What question do you have lined up for her?
What would you say is your favorite thing about yourself?
My ability to learn quickly and work hard for what I want. I'm
Mm,
practically a workaholic, but I love what I do. I've been a ballet manager for 5 years. I've been running multiple locations for my brother's company, and I feel like I've really adapted with all the different locations and all the different hobbies I'm learning, like working on different vehicles, learning how to crochet, etc. Fast learner, hard worker.
Well, yeah, she gets her hands dirty and she's not scared of work. I think in the words of one of my favorite
I like
R&B
that.
singers, Neo, he said, "I love her cause she got her own." Yeah, so moving
Hmm.
it right along over to contestant number two. What question do you have lined up for Britt?
What was the stupidest reason one of your relationships broke up?
Mm. I've only been in like two. One, the biggest one, recent one was an ex-fiance. He cheated on me 2 weeks before my wedding day. So
Whoa, straight out of like a sitcom. I'm sorry to hear that.
it
Oh, that's
sucks, but
terrible.
it's a blessing in disguise because he showed his true colors, and I'm glad I didn't marry him, and I would have had to go through the divorce thing.
That's right. You
Um,
deserve better.
so it was my best friend too, so that kind of adds salt to the wound. But I mean, it is what it is, and you
That's
can't do what
tough.
it, you can only do what you can do. So I mean, he made his choice, and I hope he's happy with it.
Mm.
Definitely. It definitely sounds like a Brit, and something I feel like you know how to do. I feel like you know how to dodge a bullet. You didn't that time, but it seems like you did the first time. All right. Moving it back over to Nadine. What question do you have lined up for the lovely Nadine?
uh, what qualities do you find attractive in any potential partner?
Ooh. Um, can I name physical and like characteristic like oh. Is it
As long
physical
as you can keep
qualities?
Qualities.
it, if you can keep it
Sure.
under a minute, you can do whatever you want to.
Bet. Okay. I really love tall men. I am such a sucker for giants. 6'2" and up to be precise. Um, I like someone who is funny and that is open to new hobbies.
Okay.
Well, I
Well,
feel
I'm
like,
6'2".
oh, barely made the cut, Diesel.
Barely.
Barely.
That's crazy.
All right, that's awesome. What about Britt? What question do you have lined up for her?
If you could learn one skill instantly, what would it be?
um, I would have to say, the like ability to like turn on off obviously, but like read minds. Like because you sometimes you expect us to read minds, and I can't read minds. Okay,
Yeah,
and so yeah.
I I would, yeah, I would say guys definitely want to be told what to do, and women want us to do things without being told. It's a
Yeah.
logical, emotional type of argument that
Hmm.
has been going on since the beginning of time. But in this day and age, I feel like people are have more inner. You can see a TikTok video that's telling you 18 ways till Sunday how to please whoever in the
Yeah.
world. So yeah. Anyways, moving back over to our thirsty friend Nadine. What question do you have for her?
All right, this is a three-part question for you. You got three answers here. Do you have kids, plan on having kids, or how do you feel about a man with kids?
I don't have any kids. I don't plan on having kids. I have 32 nieces and nephews and 19 great nieces and nephews, and four brothers and seven sisters. So I, I feel like I'd be a good auntie.
So I didn't catch that first part because these little rascals are just blasting me with gifts. I call y'all rascals in a good way. So would you like kids or no?
Um, I I don't want kids. I don't
Okay.
have any, and I have 32 nieces and nephews, and I have 19 great nieces and nephews, four brothers and seven sisters. So I've been around a lot of children in my
You
life.
got a lot of children running around you all the time, so you're
I
saturated with
have a
children.
cat.
Bless.
I have a
Your
cat.
siblings got down and they got married to kids.
Yeah,
Okay, all
Right.
right. Moving over to Britt. What question do you have lined up for her?
uh, do you like trying new things, or are you somebody who just likes to stick to familiar things?
I love trying anything new as long as
Yeah.
like I have someone to do it with. I mean, I'm not like a person I'm like I'm not doing that. Like I'll tell you right now, like if you gonna take me to a scary maze, you gonna walk beside me and I want to see you screaming as much as I'm screaming. If you ain't screaming, I'm gonna make you scream. So we can all scream together. So I'm a person that I'm fine with trying new things, but it ain't just gonna be me by myself. It's gonna be with somebody else. So
Interesting. Yeah, and I think she kind of answered the question in a previous answer where she was saying that she's pretty spontaneous and she's up for some of those things I think that y'all have in common. You Diesel, if I do remember correct, you've jumped out of planes before.
Oh, I didn't hear what you had said.
I said if I remember correctly, you've jumped out of planes before, right?
No, actually, on my 21st birthday, it rained, and when I was supposed to go skydiving, and it
That's right.
got canceled.
Okay. Well,
I have I've
oh, you have?
skydived.
Oh,
Oh, okay, definitely getting some bonus points at least from me. All right, moving over back over to our contestant number one, Miss Nadine. What question do you have lined up for her?
uh, what's the
And if
one
you
thing
know,
that makes you turn your head to the other side?
Oh, stinky breath.
Amen.
Okay, stinky breath.
I would
what the
say other
thing?
stuff, but it is way too bad for this episode.
Yeah, I have a lot of things that come to mind, but just because somebody has bad breath doesn't always mean it's their fault. Let me just keep it there. They could have a bad
Dorian, you
tooth.
got something you want to tell us?
No, no, not at all. If y'all want to smell it,
You
y'all
fogging
can.
up the screen over here, my dude?
No, I had a roommate that I sat down and I was like, "Hey man, your brother, but bro, what's going on?" He's like, "Oh man, I have gingivitis, dude. I know I'm on it." He was just so embarrassed that I felt bad for even bringing it up. It's not something he could control. He's brushing his
Um,
teeth 3 times a day. It's just, poor kid.
yeah,
All
I
right,
get that. I get that. Something that really would make me turn my head is if you have pets and you let them go to the bathroom on the floor, and the lack of responsibility of taking care of your pets. I literally clean my cat's litter box twice a day, and I put baking soda in it to swap out smells, and I'm always sweeping and mopping because I like my home clean.
Yeah, well, that's good to know because I've walked into a bunch of pussy owners' homes, and it's always so funny that they never know how bad their apartment stinks. I'm like, your apartment stinks, and they're like, oh, does it? I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh,
all
that's
right.
terrible.
Anyways, moving it right along over to Britt. What question do you have lined up for her?
All right, Britt. So since you're a teacher and I have kids, what is your favorite Disney movie? Because I'm sure you watch plenty.
Oh my God, that's a hard question. Oh God. I got asked this question the other day and I took like an hour to answer it and I can't remember what I answered.
Hmm.
Um, I would have to say, um, mm, it's between Beauty and the Beast and like Aladdin. I just love Aladdin because it's like she falls in love with who she thinks he is and then she falls in love with who he truly is and I just love that whole meaning of the story. Um, but also Beauty and the Beast is similar to that. I used to like Cinderella. I don't like Cinderella anymore. But I like Beauty and the Beast and like Aladdin. I would have to say Beauty and the Beast more than Aladdin, but I can't really pick.
Well, that is
We can work
awesome.
with
Well,
that.
maybe we can find you a boo on today's episode. Where's my grandma? All right, moving it back over to Nadine. I think we have enough for two more questions. And
Okay.
then I think we have a question from the chat that I have here. So we'll ask one more question from Diesel, and then we'll get to a couple of questions from the chat. So starting off with
All
Nadine
right.
for her second to last question. What question you have lined up for her? And I don't know if y'all know this, but I put on some country music back here just to kind of set the tone a little bit.
Hey,
I hear you.
that's what I'm talking about. All right. So, what is something that annoys you more
Short
Um,
guys and bad breath.
than
oh God,
basically?
short guys definitely. My neighbor tried to proposition me, and I was like, "Leave me alone." No. I think lack of cleanliness really bugs me, and being interrupted while I'm in the midst of talking.
Okay.
Yeah, that does do it. I'm a chatty Cathy, so I've honed in on social cues where they're like, "All right, zip it, Dorian." Okay, moving back over to the lovely Brit. What is going to be her last question coming from you, Diesel?
What is the most daring thing you've ever done on a first date?
Oh, mm, I would have to say I went to a wedding with a guy on the first date, and I met his whole family and everybody, and y'all didn't like the dude. I did not like him at all, and I had to sit there and act like I knew this dude. I didn't know him at all. Y'all, I was sitting over here like he's like left me. He's talking to like all these people. I'm sitting over here like I'm texting my mom like, "Can you come pick me up? Because I'm ready to leave." Like it was the most
It,
daring
it's
thing
funny
ever.
because the George Clooney movies always make it seem like that's the move to make, but I guess he didn't have the charisma of a George Clooney to give
No,
you, to
no.
make you feel a
Facts.
little bit like you belong. Okay, all right. So I said I got some random questions for you. So Nadine, this question comes from Sinkwater. Sinkwater wants to know. He said, "What is a quality that your ex least liked about you?"
Um, I guess because I have a naturally flirty personality. Um, he thought because I was just nice to people and had like this outgoing personality that I was having relations with everybody.
A little bit of control freak. Got some trust issues, huh?
Yeah, and I worked overtime and he thought I was cheating on him.
Okay, all right. So it doesn't
Wild.
come Diesel, if
He
you
was
take
the
her and she
pillow
doesn't
princess.
come home on time, it's the work.
Dude, he was
She,
the pillow princess in the relationship.
yeah, check under her fingernails. That's a telltale sign what she's been up to.
Facts.
All right, moving over to Britt. Unfortunately, for the final question of the second round, it comes over here from Nita. Nita, oh, I wonder where she's been at too. Nita said, if you had to go on a date where you couldn't communicate, how would you add interest in the date?
I couldn't communicate. That is crazy.
Well, not
Um,
vocally. I think it was what she was meaning.
Okay. Well, I have a best friend. Her kid taught me sign language, so I guess we're gonna do sign language. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Not even know sign language. I'm probably gonna be very affectionate. Like I'm a very affectionate person, so I'm probably gonna bring interest to that just by like touching their hand and like trying to like I don't know. That's a wild question. I guess like just like showing them affection and showing them I'm interested in them. Like I'm not just here for the free food and I want a dip. Yes.
I'm here
I
I
for
don't
like how
know.
she stumped you a little bit, but still, way to recover. I appreciate that. And that is unfortunately the last question of the second round. Can you give a round of applause for the lovely contestants? They did a great job. And for our awesome bachelor. Big round of applause. And for our awesome audience over here. All right, guys. All right. So this is the this is where things get a little bit more difficult. All right, so we have Nadine, a bit of a tomboy, if I will say so. She don't mind getting her hands dirty. She's an independent woman. She has a big family, and she let us know some of the things that she liked, which includes tall men. Diesel barely made the cut, and she also let us know some. She's has some health struggles as of right now, but she's getting through it, and she has her head held high. Then we have Britt. Britt is a teacher. Britt is somebody who likes to, she has a spontaneous side of her. She's been through some love loss, but she comes out as a hopeful romantic, and she has a lot to offer on the table. She has a good sense of humor, and she likes to get fixed up, as you can tell. She looks very nice on the show today. Okay, Diesel. There can only be one. This is not the throuple episode. So, chat, who do you think? Who you guys voting for? And this is a good time. Like I said, you guys still have less than 10 minutes to make the official Rate the Date name tag. Mannequins, it doesn't look like you're going to make it on the official Instagram. They're fighting toe and toe with you. And we appreciate all the love and support. And we're going to have a little moment at the end because somebody taught me what XPs and SPs are. I think I'm saying that right. So we're gonna see how that works at the end of the episode.
You
Okay.
want to turn your SP on, not your XP. You're not gifting.
No, I just said that they taught me. Brit, I said
Oh,
turn the work off. The
oh,
off
wow.
button on the work. Okay. All right. So who is going to be today's official Rate the Date winner? Can I get a drum roll, please?
Mm. So it was tough. I had my decision made. There was a question in particular I asked that kind of threw me for a loop when I got an answer because I have children. And um, when I asked about how you feel about a man with children, Nadine, and you answered with the family and said you could be an auntie, I just feel like it'd be weird to tell my kids this is auntie when I'm dating you. And I'm gonna have to go with Britt because that's just awkward.
Yeah. What? Yeah, yeah. It'd be like, what are the noises? What are you and Auntie doing in the room?
Yeah, dad and auntie's in the room, and that's just gonna be weird. So yeah,
Oh, this
I
isn't
look,
Joe Dirt.
you know, it would have to be like a good stepmother vibe, not auntie. So I had to go with Brit on that one. No auntie
Well,
mom, no auntie
Well, that is awesome. But we appreciated getting to know you, Nadine. You did a great
Thank
job.
you,
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I did. My favorite part was after round one when they were like number three, and all I could think of was Shrek when he goes, pick
Three,
number
my
three, my
lord.
lord.
Number three, my lord. Yeah.
Okay, number three.
Well, it was awesome
Yeah,
having you.
I
And
definitely faved you.
Of course,
Nadine
thank
would
you
love to
guys
have you
so much.
back. So if you would have us definitely get with Britt, the winner, and she'll definitely hook you up.
Of course, thank you so much.
And then there were two. All right. So congratulations, Britt. Can we give a round of applause to Britt? I appreciate today's winner over here, looking fantastic. And I had a feeling she was gonna win. It's not just because she had the DNA in her name, or we also worked together, but I think she did a good job. Diesel, you made the right pick. All right, so what I want you guys to do is I'm gonna create a group chat for both of y'all. You guys are gonna get to know each other a little bit. All that I ask is you guys have fun and you tune in next Friday, closer to 12 p.m. Eastern time, and give us an update on how things have been going. Does that sound good to both of y'all?
Sounds great.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Did y'all both have fun?
We did. I did.
Indeed.
I
All right. Well, Diesel, anything you want to plug before you go? You have anything going on the app?
Not too much, man. Like I said, if y'all want to fade me up, I got plenty of content, plenty of streaming going on. I'm about to start doing some comedy nights. So if y'all love comedy and you love laughing, definitely hit me with that fave. Check me out there. My streams are laid back, they're fun, they're energetic, the vibes are positive, the morale is smooth. So if y'all like to just, hang out and chill and actually enjoy yourselves and have fun, definitely stop by the streams, man. Everybody's welcome.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Well, you get out of here, definitely. And Britt, let them know how they can get booked on the stream.
All right, y'all. So my Instagram is that girly Brit. And if you'd like to be a contestant on the show, we are booking for season five. We have a good amount of people that are willing to be on it. Even if you want, I would suggest being a contestant first and then being a bachelor or bachelorette, just to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. So make sure you hit me and Beard Raider up, and you need to make her red because I'm so you need to make her red. But anyways, I'm going to step out so that Lily can get in. So,
Well,
bye, y'all.
definitely. And something also is, ladies, Mr. Dorian is going to be a bachelor on episode number 15, and things are going to get a little crazy on there. I'm the most requested bachelor on of all the shows, so I'm finally going to be a bachelor. It's going to get a little crazy. Episode 15. So don't go anywhere. And also, I turned that XP on. So definitely make sure to send y'all's gifts, because the winner, it looks like this person over here, is going to be featured on the official Rate the Date Instagram account. So you guys got 3 minutes. I turned on the XP. Um, the lovely Mystique taught me how to do that. So make sure to send in the gifts, because I guess they mean something. I don't know. But appreciate it. Thank you guys. And again, let me shout out the top gifters from the last episode. The number one spot we had was Mannequins. Number two spot came out was Tom. Big shout outs to Tom. Number three spot was somebody that's newer to the stream, my stream. It's Chacalosa. I think she retired from streaming. So big shout out to her. We had Truth, who was the assistant in the last episode. And at the number five spot was Beard Raider, who's in here today. I appreciate you guys. You guys, I couldn't do this without y'all. Big shout out to Mystique. I see you right there, Beard Raider, adminning and showing how it goes right there. I actually bid red. Hold on, let me make you admin. My bad. She couldn't even work. Mr. Dorian was over here running the show and didn't even send a little bouncy wouncy. But I appreciate it, you guys. Thank you for spinning that dragon wheel. Mystique, Bearstein Bears. Sorry, it's been a long time since I've seen the show. But let me just give a round of applause to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Thank you personally from the bottom of my heart. I cannot do this without you guys. You guys make it fun. You guys make it entertaining. And make sure you tune into all these episodes. I've done over one, two, three. Oh, what do I got? A flush? I don't know how that gift works. Dorian's been. Shut up, Peanut Gallery. But definitely big round of applause to all of my bachelors and contestants. So guys, if you want to be a bachelor or a bachelorette on the show, make sure to get it in while you still can, because what we're doing is Rate the Date is moving to an in-person type of show. What I mean by that is you're going to see the contestants and the bachelors right next to me. This is going to be a show that's in person. We're still going to do it on the app at the same time slot, but make sure to get these last couple of featured on stream episodes where these guys are all in the box. Because if you're not in the California area, we might be moving, taking the show on the road to a city near you. But if you're in the Cali area, that is going to be your time to definitely be on the show. Only if you're in Cali, unfortunately. But we might take the show on the road. What I'm trying to get at is make sure to get it in while you can. The only other way you'll be able to get in the show is if you fancy a little Dorian. What I mean is if you're on episode 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, or 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to have a 5-part episode where at the end I fly to, drive to, walk to. We can rock and roll, but I can't hear you. All right. Can you hear me now? Well, that's good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Another round of applause for all of y'all. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. You guys look great. Y'all sound great. Y'all are moving that chat. Shout out to all the admins. Love you guys. Until next time, we'll be rating the day. Oh, shit. Yoli. My bad. Yoli, are you in the chat? We didn't even catch up with Yoli. We'll catch up with her next time. We'll have her back on. She'll tell us about what it was like. Yoli, jump in the box. Let us know. Thank you so much for not going anywhere. Request a box. She's Yoli. For y'all that don't know, she was our bachelorette on our last episode. She picked Half Blood Prince. So we're gonna turn the music down a little bit, and we're gonna get to know how things have been going with her in Half Blood. So for y'all that didn't go anywhere, thank you so much. What's up, Yoli? How you doing?
I'm good.
Well, that is awesome. Good as always. Yoli is new to streaming, so guys, make sure to hit her with a favorite and tune into her stream. See, for a new streamer, she streams daily, multiple times a day. So make sure to show your love, some support, and let her know what it's like to be gifted. And I'm your first show you've ever been on, right?
Yes.
All right, many more to come. So, Yoli, we've all been waiting to hear. You picked Half Blood Prince. You guys have been getting to know each other for a week. I think you said he's also came to your stream a couple of times. What's the status on you guys? You guys friends? You a little bit more? What's been going on?
We're just remaining friends since he lives so far away.
Oh yeah, he is in UK.
Yes. It's a little hard to communicate with somebody so far away.
Yeah, sometimes that happens, and distance is it makes things a little bit harder for some relationships, especially if your love language is physical touch and things like that. But Yoli, anything you want to plug? You got anything going on the app? Where can people find you?
Um, at on the Meet Me app under Yoli, I do Truth or Dare all the time with a good friend of mine, Savage Peach. I just do makeup, get ready with me, dinner lives, a little bit of everything.
Well, that is awesome. Well, you look great, Yoli. I appreciate you stopping by and giving us that update. Maybe we'll bring you back on the show and you'll try your second hand at Rate the Date.
Local love.
Local love. I like that. Local love, baby. Well, you get back over to your stream, Yoli, and thank you all. Get in those gifts. I appreciate you. Outlook, not so good. Yeah, crystal ball, that was the truth. Well, thank y'all for stopping by. Until next time, when we rate the